Okay, are we going? Let me just see. I've got to see my colors and everything here and my brush. All right. So today we're going to draw a couple of these birds. Can they see that okay on there? And all right. So let's do the two birds in the front. And again, what I'm going to do, I need to rough this thing out. So I see kind of like this shape pulling out here for that bird, and then it's going to be pulling down kind of like that. So it looks a little bit like I don't know what that looks like, just like a vegetable or something like that. Just some strange shape, but I want to go for all the big shapes first. So once I do that, I can even come in here and put my legs on. And these are going to have these shapes that come out something like that. And this here. I'm out of room a little bit, so I'm just going to fake it like that. Okay, so from the top, I'm going to come in here and draw his beak, which comes in like that. And it kind of divides the top of the drawing something like that. And I need to kind of pull this in like that. He's got a little bit of a smile, and he's got a little bit of a nostril there. And then the eye, again, it's another shape that pulls in kind of like that. And it's kind of just sitting in here in the corner like that. This might be a little rounded, I think, here. And then I have this really nice kind of, these shapes that come out kind of like that. I want to give him a little bit more of a bigger smile. I'll give him a little cheek. And then on the back end of it, I'm also going to pull out. And just notice these are in an arc. They're not just coming out randomly. They're kind of like fingers. They have a nice arc around them. And even when I do these, I don't want them to be separated the same distance. They should have a little bit of a natural difference between how they are spaced and the shapes between them. So again, this is coming in here. I'm going to pull this down. It looks like he has some color separations around his eyeball there, and even one on top. That he can function as like the ridge of his eye, kind of like that. So then I come in here, I'm going to throw a shape on for the wing, which is two shapes, it looks like. I've got the upper part and the lower part. And I'm going to ruffle up his tummy here a little bit. And then I see a little bit of the other wing on the other side, like that. And then I am going to, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the size of my paper. So give me a moment here. I'm going to just make my canvas a little bit wider so I can fit everything on here. Okay. And then I'm going to move my bird so I can just sort of get his tail on there. All right. So let me go back to this. Whoops, let me go back to my pen tool. All right. So now I did that mainly because I want to make sure I have enough room to pull out the tail feathers. And they too are going to be coming out in kind of like an arc shape. And we'll put them behind the tail like that. And then on the feather, on the wings, again, we have like shapes that describe the roundness of that. And then I can pull these out to make them a little bit longer. I've got some down here too, so I can pull that on there like that. And then I want to come in here and I'm going to give him a little bit of feathers as it goes into his feet. And the feet are coming out, and then they have a circular end to them. Like that, and then they have the claws coming out, kind of like that. And like I say, I'm moving this one a little bit behind it here, and this too will come out like that. And again, I'm stressing to you the arc that goes on with these things, just so they don't look too like they're not spanning correctly. So that's kind of sort of that guy. And then he's got a little girlfriend over here. So again, I'm going to do her shape. She has a head coming out here. And then she's all kind of sort of wrapped up in her wings. So I'm going to pull a big shape around for her wings. Head is going to come out here. We see the other wing over here. And then she has her feet coming out. Again, they're going to be arcing like that. And then this leg is coming out on the other side of that wing. A little bit here and a little bit here. And the back talon like that. And then she has her beautiful feathers kind of on the ground here. So I'm just going to put them behind her, kind of like that. So when I do her face, I've got the center of the head coming down, and I have her beak coming out, kind of like, oops, sorry, kind of like that. Let me get rid of that line there. And then I'm going to just give her eye socket and give her a nice pretty eye, kind of looking at him with some nice eyelashes. And then she has her bottom beak here. And then she has like these little descriptive feathers coming out of her head like that. And she has a little nostril as well. And I can put a little bit of feathers behind her and on that side of the head. And then I'm going to break this up into feathers as well. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and remember the feathers are not all separated the same way, and then there's an arc to their shape as well. And then as I come down here, again, I want to just get the longest one here, and then it's going to taper up to the body like that. And I can put a little highlight in the eye and a little color separation around it like that. So she's real cute, kind of flirting with him there a little bit. And, okay, so then I can, if I want, I can put like some hearts. I think we did that last week with the other little character, but got 2 lovebirds, I guess we'd call it that. And then we can put them, if you want, we could do like a branch on a tree, pulling out that way. And put some leaves coming out of it if you want. And then up in top, just so I have some foreground framing, I can do like some flowers, like they're in a tropical forest. It's a beautiful day. And I can pull some leaves coming down. And the leaves act to pull your eye into the scene. So it helps with the composition a little bit, just to pull things out like that. Do some bushes over here if you want. And kind of like that there. So as you might recall last week, what I did was I went in a little bit, I don't know if you're doing this on an iPad or not, but just, if that's my rough, I'm going to really knock down the opacity here, put another layer on top of it, because then I can come in, and I'm even going to go in a little closer here, I think. Gotta get used to my PC. Here we go. Mac at home, so PCs are a little different. Okay, so now I can come in and really start cleaning this up. So I can, oops. Okay, so now I can come in and just start trying to do a little bit better of a clean line on this, so it looks really pretty. So it's important for me anyway to do the rough, because that way I can kind of sketch out anything that might be a problem. So if I turn that off, you can see it's just a much cleaner line. Pull up and do that. I got my nostril, bottom beak. I've got this coming out. I've got this coming out. Ruffle that up a little bit. I'm going to come around and find this. And I can even do another color separation here if I want to, just to make it look a little prettier. And I'm just going to come in and put in those feathers, and again add another layer of color if I want to. I want to just give him some tummy fur, and this coming in like that. And then I've got the other wing coming in like so. And I'm going to come in now and do the feet. Got this coming around here. It's coming in here like that. And this pulling around like that. And then I got his other foot. Again, I'm going to put the back foot on. And this one's coming forward like that. I'm going to keep a bend in it because they have to go around the tree branch. Probably should come up here a little bit more. And then his back feathers are going to just come in and be a little bit softer than I first did them. Kind of like that. And I can even do that here. I can give him like some color separation in the back there. Even in here if I want to do like a little color separation. And then let's go do his girlfriend. So again, I want to come up here and describe all this material. And then I have like a color separation around her eye, and then I'm going to put her eye in and do a little highlight, and then do my little eyelashes. And then she too has a little cute cheek because she's flirting with him a little bit. And that's going to go like that. And this is going to come around, and I'm seeing this is probably the other side. I'm going to put a little bit of feather there because this is going to be her eye on the other side there, the white around the eye. We don't see the eye per se. And then we can just pull that in like that. Put a little nostril. And again, I want to put in my wing. And again, I can put little color separations here just to add a little, maybe a darker color. Because I worked everything out in my rough, I just have to come in here and fix things up a little bit. Her other wing. And again, I want to come in and fix her feet a little bit. Maybe because she's female, maybe I'll make them a little bit smaller than his, a little bit more feminine. And then add the little claws. Like that. So I think, oh, we have her tail. So I'm just going to go in and just kind of maybe make it a little smaller too. And then add the little color separation on them, like that. Maybe a little tension line going there. And then you can add a little bit of lines on the feet just to kind of add a little bit of detail. Oops, I forgot the little tassel, little talon there. On his too, we can add that. I think I'll change color to do the background for you. Let me do like a, maybe I'll do like a brown for the tree. So let me zoom out a little bit. So now let me take this brown and I'm just going to create something that they're standing on, just like a branch. Just something fun like that. And I could add a little tree texture on it. He needs to be on the tree, so I'm going to pull that through there. And that'll go on like that. And then if I want to change the color, I can go get a green, just to put like the leaves on, just so you can see it. Something like that. I'll turn off my original drawing so you can kind of see my update of this. Even in here, I can put a little bit of a leaf between them. This one going the opposite direction. I can put one coming in here like that. And then the bushes in the background, maybe I'll go with a little bit of a light, maybe something like that, so you can get, and I just want to make the difference so you can see what I'm doing here. And then as I go up to the top, I can go back and get my, do a green for the leaves coming in here. Kind of pull this around. Maybe another one pulling in here. A couple more coming in here. Again, this helps to just kind of lead your eye back into the characters. And then I can go back and get maybe a nice pink just to kind of outline my flowers up here. And you can put any kind of background in you want, really. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. And let me zoom out a little bit just to see what we got. I need to kind of pull this, fill the screen with that. I didn't know I was so far from the top of it, but that's okay. Just do a little bit more like that. And then if I want to, I can just let me take a yellow and I can put like a moon behind them, just to kind of show that they're, I'll do it a little smaller. Maybe I'll get a darker color just so you can see it. I'm gonna do it a little smaller. Just something more like that. So it kind of circles them in the night. If it's a moon or the sun, let me just move it over a little bit. It'll go. Just center it a little bit more around them. And there you have like a nice little romantic evening. I mean, if you want to really like send the story, tell your story even clearer than that, I mean, you can even have him in his mouth Carrie, I just hit the wrong tool here. You can come with like a pretty little flower for her. Just to kind of make it. So you want to tell your story and come up with like a nice composition for it. So something like that. He's gone to a lot of trouble to meet his girlfriend. And then you could fill this out a little bit more with more leaves if you wanted to. But that's how I would just solve that problem. And then I would turn off my original drawing so you can kind of see what I did there. Maybe I need a little bit more of these things off to the side here like I did over here just to complete it a little bit. But that'll be kind of how you can approach it when you draw it. So just have fun with it, and remember you're a storyteller, so tell a story. Thank you.